I don't know what this guy was thinking. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. But let's talk about this here. April 5th, Tuesday. A Fairfield County resident went to the Westchester County Airport and had a loaded firearm in his luggage. As he was going through the checkpoint and the x-rays, he was stopped and arrested. Immediately, you'll have to ask the question, what was he thinking? Right here in this article from the Stamford Advocate, headline, TSA, Fairfield man tried to bring loaded gun on a plane at Westchester County Airport. A Connecticut man was arrested after he tried to bring a loaded handgun in his carry-on for a flight at Westchester County Airport in New York earlier this week. Officials said that was April 5th. The TSA said an officer saw the loaded .40 caliber handgun on a checkpoint x-ray machine's monitor as the man's belongings went through the unit at the airport on Tuesday. TSA alerted the Westchester County Sheriff's Department, which responded to the checkpoint. The Sheriff's Department confiscated the gun and detained the Fairfield man for questioning. The TSA said the Fairfield man was arrested on a weapons charge. He also faces federal civil penalties for bringing a gun to an airport security checkpoint. TSA did not have any additional details on the man's arrest Thursday, referring any questions to authorities. Westchester County officials did not immediately return requests for information. To pat themselves on the back, our officers are good at preventing prohibited items and deadly weapons from getting past the checkpoints, and people who try to bring a gun onto a flight will pay a stiff price, said Robert Duffy, TSA's federal security director for the airport, in a statement. I can assure you that the civil penalty will be costly. If you own a firearm, pack it correctly for transport and check baggage or leave it at home. Guns can be transported on a flight if they are unloaded and packed in a locked, hard-sided case. The gun, as well as any ammunition or gun parts, must be declared to the airline during the check-in process at the ticket counter. Guns travel with checked luggage in the belly of the plane, TSA said, adding that firearms are never stored in the cabin of the plane. Replica guns are also prohibited in carry-on luggage and must be transported in checked baggage. Civil penalties for bringing a gun into a checkpoint can reach thousands of dollars, TSA said. The penalty depending on the circumstances of each incident, including whether the gun was loaded and whether there was accessible ammunition. These penalties apply to travelers whether or not they possess a concealed gun carry permit. Now, for context, there's another article. Let's pull it up here. It's from the Patch, where they make further statements that the gentleman in question did not have a permit for the firearm, which right off the jump is bad enough. And also, let's see if I can find it. I find the Patch. No, I'll put the Patch article in the description box. But the Patch article stated he did not have the legitimate permit for Connecticut to own the firearm. They also mentioned the gentleman's name. No point in embarrassing him any further than that. But it's bad enough, one, he didn't have a permit. Two, he had a gun in his luggage that was loaded. He's going to have all kinds of issues, all kinds of serious problems, both in the legal courts and in civil court, because he's going to get fined into oblivion. I don't know what he was thinking. Now, the TSA, and I'm going to put that also up there, lists how to basically transport firearms. When traveling, comply with the laws concerning the possession of firearms as they vary by local, state, and international governments. If you are traveling internationally with a firearm and checked baggage, please check the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website for information and requirements prior to travel. Declare each firearm each time you present it for transport as checked baggage. Ask your airline about limitation of fees that may apply. Firearms must be unloaded and locked in a hard-sided container and transported as checked baggage only, as defined by 49 CFR 1540.5. A loaded firearm has a live round or ammunition or any component thereof in the chamber or cylinder or in a magazine inserted into the firearm. Only the passenger should retain the key or combination to the lock unless TSA personnel request the key to open the firearm container to ensure compliance with TSA regulations. You may use any brand or type of lock to secure your firearm case, including TSA recognized locks. Bringing an unloaded firearm with accessible ammunition to the security checkpoint carries the same civil penalty fines as bringing a loaded firearm to the checkpoint. You may find more information on civil penalties at Civil Enforcement page. Firearm parts, including magazine, clips, bolts, and firing pins, are prohibited in carry-on baggage but may be transported in checked baggage. Replica firearms, including firearm replicas that are toys, may be transported in checked baggage only. Rifle scopes are permitted in carry-on and checked baggage. And once again, I will leave this in the description box so you can look the whole thing over. Here's the bottom line. 1, if you're transporting a firearm, contact the TSA, contact the airline that you're flying with, and get a consensus of what you need to do. 2, when you pack your baggage to go, and this is what I do, the bags that I'm going to physically use to take on the plane, I empty them out 100%. I mean, I shake them and do everything, check every pocket, every slot, everywhere. Make sure there's nothing in there before I put what I'm going to carry with me on the flight into the bag. That's just basic common sense. But this poor gentleman's going to have a number of problems. I'm not sure what he was thinking when he bought the gun there. Did he not know it was in there? He didn't have a permit for it. It was loaded. He's got all kinds of issues. And plus, on top of the fact that he went from Connecticut to New York, that's a whole nother set of problems right there. But we'll keep an eye on the story and see what happens. But I feel bad for the guy. He made a just the worst mistake possible. You just blew it. Once again, I don't know about the status of that firearm. Like I said, he didn't have a permit, so I don't know how he's in possession of it. So I don't know I don't have any information on that. I did look, but let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. As always, any calls for violence or statements that lead to violence will be deleted. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the next time the video goes live, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.